Welcome back to Autonomy on Trial, where we put technology's boldest promises to the test. Today, we're asking a big question. To what extent has self-driving technology actually made our roads safer? Joining me is Elon Musk, the man behind Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving systems. Elon, thanks for being here.
Great to be here, but I think we're on the verge of one of the biggest leaps in transportation safety in history.
That's quite a statement, but let's start with the facts. Over 90% of crashes are caused by human errors, distraction, fatigue, or impaired driving. Theoretically, AVs should reduce those. Yet real-world data still shows nearly 4,000 AV-related incidents in the US. Doesn't that suggest these cars aren't as safe as advertised?
Well, the key word there is theoretically, right? We're still in transition. The data also shows that most of those crashes involve ADAS systems like Tesla's autopilot, which still require human supervision, not fully autonomous systems. When AVs operate independently, crash and injury rates are significantly lower, as the Traffic Safety Administration reports confirm.
But the trend isn't going down. A study in Consumer Shield predicts over 110 autonomous crashes per month by 2026. Isn't that worrying? Especially when adoption is increasing faster than the safety improvements?
That rise mostly reflects growth in the number of AVs on the road, not an increase in risk per vehicle. More cars, more data, more minor incidents. But proportionally, serious crashes per mile driven are still lower than human-driven vehicles. Every mile gives us feedback that improves the system, something human drivers can't do.
Fair point. But critics say your systems often rely on overcautious braking, which can cause rear-end collisions when human drivers are following.
It's true that our systems err on the side of caution, but when you're designing for safety, I'd rather the car brake too early than too late. Human drivers tailgating isn't an AV design flaw, it's a human behavior issue. Over time, as more cars communicate vehicle to vehicle, those chain reactions will disappear.
Speaking of communication, that's one of the big promises. Smoother traffic flow, fewer jams. But let's talk about something less mechanical: bias. Research from King's College London found that AV detection software is 7.5% more accurate for light-skinned pedestrians and 20% less accurate for children. Isn't that deeply concerning?
That's why we constantly diversify our training data. But it's not unique to Tesla. It's a challenge across the entire AI industry. The fix is broader datasets from varied environments, not abandoning the technology. As we collect more real-world footage globally, those biases are getting ironed out.
Still, there's another ethical problem. Who's responsible when something goes wrong? Do you withhold any information?
Transparency is important, but we also have to protect privacy and intellectual property. Tesla already shares data with regulators like the TSA, but public release can be misinterpreted without proper context. The key is responsible, structured sharing, not dumping raw data online.
Elon Musk, thank you for joining us.